Hello and welcome to my channel, Making Crafts. Today I am getting started on creating some embellishments and pockets and different things for my Touch of Lace floral journal. And so today I want to work with creating some of the pockets using some paper bags and some envelopes and different things. So I want to get started first with the largest paper bag that I have. And so this one I'm going to have to cut down a bit because my pages are 7.5 and this paper bag is 8.5 by almost 12. It's 11.75. So I'm just going to cut the top of the bag off. I'm just going to cut it down to a 7.5 height so that it will match my page height. And so the way I'm going, I need to save that. That would be a great piece to use for something. I could take and glue that shut and have another pocket. Let me think about that. I'll hold that aside and we'll see. So then for this one, I also have some other paper bags I'm going to work on. And this is another paper bag, and it measures 5 by 8.25. And so we'll get started on this one in just a moment. But first I want to work on the larger one. And so this paper bag I am going to place in the book. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold back just about, let's see, I'm not really measuring, but I'll give you an idea so you can see what I'm doing. About 1 3/4 of an inch. And so that will go into, I actually should have folded it this way, but that will go into the binding. That will be how I sew it into the book so that it's going to be upright like one of the pages. It seems awful short now, but it's not. That's what the pages will be. And so for this one, I have, and the journal that I'm making has all types of flowers in it. So I'm going to use this napkin that I got from Tuesday Morning. That's where I got this one from. And so this was just some I bought from Tuesday Morning over the summer. And so I'm going to use it in this journal. And I thought it was perfect for journaling. I love the script that's on it. It just looked perfect for junk journaling. And so when I saw them, I knew that it would work good for journals sometime. I didn't have any idea about this journal when I bought these, but I thought that it would work great. Let me get a piece of tape and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I couldn't find any tapes, and we'll try this washi tape and see if it works. If not, I may have to pause and go out to the studio and get some tape. Just want to get this started separating the napkin from, yeah, there we go. Just trying to separate all the layers because I want to get down to just the one layer. We'll hold on to this because I can use this for something else. There, it didn't get that corner there. Let me see if I can get a hold of that and get it started. There we go. That's one layer. I think we have another one on here, but I'm not really sure. Let me just try my tape again. Okay, there's one more layer. That's what I thought. We'll get down to the this is very thin, so I'm going to be very careful with it. There we go. And it did miss this one little corner here again, so I'm just going to take and pull that off. So I'm just going to lay this aside, and we'll see what I can use that in later. So then what I noticed about this napkin, as you can see, it folds in half and it repeats over here. And I think it's actually going to be pretty much the perfect height. So this is the top of my bag. I gotta make sure, yes. So now I just want to add this to the front of the bag. And I think the way I'm gonna do it, trying to decide how much I want. Kind of want this butterfly on here too. And I definitely want the flower. Let me see. I could just cover it like this. That would be okay. Just cover the whole thing like that. And I need to pull it down some because I don't want to cut the top of the flower off. It would be better to cut just a little bit of the stem off than the top of the flower. So now I'm going to use this tacky glue along with a paintbrush. If I can find one. I just want an old paintbrush that I'm not going to destroy with the glue. this one should do. It's just been used with glue and different things. So I'm just going to paint the glue onto my bag, and then I'll add the napkin. Just got to get the glue running down. So what I'm going to do is just gob it on here, and then I'll take my paintbrush and I will smooth it out. And it's pretty warm in here today, so I hope the glue doesn't dry fast while I'm trying to do this. It was cool this morning, and so as the days went on, it's gotten warmer, but we didn't really have the air on today because it was so cool this morning. I'm just getting it smeared out here. Just trying to spread it all out so that it sticks well. And I do want to be sure to get the whole thing covered, but I also want to be sure that I get up to the edges. Okay. There we go. Let's see if we can get all this on here real quick so we can get it all glued down. I do think the air just turned on. That's good because it is very warm in here. Okay, so now I just got to lay this on here. And I am being risky because it's going to stick. What if I lay it, I just see where I can eyeball it here. I want to be sure I'm getting the butterfly and the whole flower. There we go. I'm just going to press that down. And I do want it to have some texture. I don't want it to be totally smooth. I want to have some of that texture pressed in, you know, the wrinkles. Oops, I didn't mean for that to happen. That's going to be okay though. We might have to figure that out. Let's see how that looks. I think I will. I'm not going to worry about that spot. I can always add something over that where it just tore. Got to just be really careful with this because it is a napkin, and we have took all the fly off of it. So let's see if we can add something over that. You know, and I really don't mind it being a torn look, so I'm just going to sort of tear down through there. I probably should have tore this edge too. I think I will take it and go through and just tear a little bit on the edge instead of making it so perfect. I'm just going to tear these. Some of this is loose anyway, so that'd be perfect because I do want it to be more of a torn edges and then instead of just squared off. So let me see if I can get some of that loose edge anyway torn down. So I like that. And then we're going to go across the bottom here too because the it's a little too long. So here we go. Just going to tear a little bit off. There we go. Just kind of making it more tattered looking. We'll see how that looks when we get done. Do want to roll some of that off there. I could just take, let's see here, the piece that rolled up. We can make it look like it was purposeful anyway, because I do want the edges to be a little bit more torn. Just rub it here. Okay. think just rubbing some of this off here to kind of like that. Let me see here. There we go. This makes it easier. This is just it's really a glue eraser is what it is. Kind of like the raggedness of this bottom. I kind of like that. And so I might mimic that on top a little bit more, just tearing some of this off. So just getting a little bit of that off there. And it kind of gets it down to where the loose pieces that wasn't glued on too. It's just kind of what was hanging over the edge. I want to be careful there that I don't really want to rip into my flower. If I can help it, if I can help it. There we go. So I kind of like how that looks. Just take a good look at that now. See what I want to do next to it. And it may be just that I leave it like that, and then I'll have this be sewn into the book. Probably like this. Let's see here. So it'll be like that. So that's what you'll see. And then I think I will ink around it once it's dry. And I think I'll go back and I'm going to, once everything's dry, I'm going to stitch around it. I do think I will. I'm not certain yet. I just want to take a look at it first and see as it dries how I like it and what I want to do with it. And so that's one side, but I like to decorate the other side too, just because you are going to see that. So you're going to have just a plain side here. So while this one is drying, get this little piece here, just going to pick at it until it comes off, I think. It's bothering me. Okay, so while this side is drying, I'm going to go ahead and work on the other bag, and then I'll come back to this one and finish it. But I do like how that looks. I like how this one's turning out. So we'll come back and let this dry a little bit because it's kind of sticky where the glue has come through the bag just a little bit. And so then I may just, trying to decide what I'll do on the back. I may do some collage on the back of it. We'll see. So let's see, here is my little bitty bag, and so what it's going to be is it's going to be just a little pocket in the journal, and then I'll stitch down the middle here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice that end open so I know that it's supposed to be open. And then, yeah, I got that straight. These bags are always a little wonky anyway. So now, what I'm going to do is just open it back up and let's decorate it. Put this glue up for now. Get out my other two glues I like to use. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to be using some paper from Little Birdie, and this is a pack of, let's see, it says Shabby Chic Bouquet. And these are some beautiful papers, but I'm going to be using there's some cutouts in it. Let me see where they're at. Maybe I left them, oh, here they are. So these are they actually punch out some little like doily looking designs. And then I'm going to use that to decorate. Yeah, that would fit perfect. And then I'm going to take some book page, and let me see, what else did I want to put? I have some of this paper, and it is from Tim Holtz, and it's the wallpaper pack. And I don't think I have the packaging over here, but it's just the wallpaper from Tim Holtz. So I think I'm going to use it as well. So let's see, how do I want to decorate this? Maybe I will just fold it back up so I can kind of see. I'm just going to take this little book page here, and I just want to tear it. I'm going to tear it down to fit onto this little pocket here. So I'm going to tear it down just a little bit more, but unless I use the bottom half, I think that'll fit better. So let's see, kind of like that. And then I have to tear off here, and I think I need to tear down a little bit off this side here because it's sticking over the side of it. There we go. So I'm just going to add that there. see. Trying to decide how I want that. And then I'm going to take this, and do I want to leave it square or do I want to tear it? I think I want to tear it a little bit. So I'm going to start out though by tearing it at the right height. Okay, I want all the edges torn. So we just do it like that. Trying to make it a little smaller than the book page. And then I want to ink these though before I glue them on. So let's just ink the book page first. And I'm inking with Soft Suede from Stampin' Up. I just want to stick that there. So I'll just glue it down. Okay. Oops, that fell over. Just kind of center it some. And then I want to ink this little wallpaper page. I think just going to add it kind of like that. So like that. There we go. And then let's see, which one of these? Do I just want the one that just fell out on its own? Or, let's see here, which one do I want? Kind of like this one here. Maybe off camera, I'll show you just a second. Let me get it punched out. Kind of like that one. It's got a little birdhouse and it's got flowers on it that will match the journal that I'm working on. Let me ink at the edges here and see how that looks. So let's see here. I think that's cute. I think that'd be really cute there. And I do have some other things too from Little Birdie. And this is the embellishment pack. Let me see here if I can, I don't have the packaging right now, but this is just the embellishment pack one, and I think it's the one that goes with this kit. So it'd be the Shabby Chic embellishments. I don't even know if I bought this at the beginning of the year, and so I've just stuck them down in this bag. I've pulled out a few that I liked for this journal, and so I don't know that they even still have this kit or not. Got this that could be added, or how about this little bird here? That's cute. And we also have some other little decorations that can go. And these have little glitter. They have glitter on them. They're glittered up. This key has a little bit of glitter. I think I like the bird the best so far. Yes. Let's see. Or these flowers. I did like those as well. And that adds a little shine to it. Even though these have glitter, I'm going to just ink the edges just to have them stand out just a little. Kind of frames them. I like not really trying to make it look old as much as just framing it out. And I have to figure out what direction. There's no, Don't think there's going to be a certain direction on this one. Kind of like that. So let's glue these on. I like this for this pocket. It may just be pretty without any extra. Kind of like that though, so I think I'm going to add it. There we go. So that's pretty for that side. So then for the inside, I want to do kind of the same. I just want to add the book page, but since it's going all the way across here, I may need a bigger book page. Let me see here. I got some other book pages laid out. This one's a little bigger. And I can just tear it down so all the edges will be torn. Let's see here. Yeah, that'll work. Just going to go real close to the edge there because I don't want to lose too much of the height on it. That looks like a little rat got a hold of that edge though. Let me see if I can make it prettier. This book is very fragile. It's not wanting to tear the best. Oh my goodness, this one little spot is just going to give me trouble. Okay, that's okay. That's going to be fine, I think. I may try my tearing rule on that because that does look a little more rough than I was going for. I just don't think this one wants to be torn. Okay, make sure I didn't take too much off of it. If so, I'll just use this piece in a collage and I will, I think that's going to be fine. So then I do want to add more wallpaper, but I have several sheets. I could do the wallpaper there or a sheet from this kit here. Just looking. It's not going to tear the best because it's very thick paper. It's not like your normal scrapbook paper. It's almost like a cardboard. I wouldn't, I don't think this would be a good one for actually using as pages in a journal. So you can see this is real slick and it feels more like a cardboard, almost like a cereal box. I don't know if it tells how thick it is on here, but that's how the sheets are. I don't know how it would tear. I'm going to try, oops. I may try to tear this here and see what happens. Let's just see what the edges, what this one looks like torn. Well, it did okay right there. Let's see here. And then I'm going to need it to be right here. That didn't do too bad. It really kept the edge of the ruler in it. That's surprising how it did that. Don't know that I've had a paper do that before. I guess it's where it's so thick. I kind of like it though. So is it going to be too thick though when I sew it into the journal? That's something I didn't think about. So maybe what I'll do is just divide it in half on each side. That would work. There we go. Let's just see how that looks. I am looking for my sponge so I can ink them. I want to ink them before I glue it on. And this right here is just an old, oops, I just stuck my finger in that instead of the sponge. This right here is just an old thesaurus. And I love the color of the pages, so that's why I like using it in the projects. Let's see how that looks. The words are going to be sideways, but I think that's okay. And then I'm going to ink this one. Oh, it inks up really pretty. That looks pretty. I like that. That's gorgeous. So that was the bottom of the page, but I may make it the actual top, the lace there. I have to see. So the page folds right here. So let's see here. If I added that, then we could do this decoration, or we could use another one of these. Or I have different flowers from books as well that could be added. Let's see here. I've got different things laying on my desk where I've been working on some decorations for this journal. Let's go ahead and glue down the book page and this piece, and then we can decide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it real quick so I can see where that fold line is. There we go. Just add this. Here are some embellishments from the kit that I'm using. I'm wondering if one of these might not look good on there. So I'm going to just tear this out right here. There we go. Try this one first. I do like that. I think it just needs inking and adding to the page. I think that'll be cute. And I could do it like that off of it, or I could just let it frame it. And I think I'm gonna let it frame it this time. Okay, I think that's cute. That looks really good. So, and you won't be able to see these pages together in the kit anyway, or in your journal, because see, it'll be sewn in like that, and there'll be a page in between, or several pages in between. So now on this side, I have this little piece that I'm going to glue down. Just want to ink it first, and then figure out what we're going to put on it. And we'll have this little bag. Then I'll just have to make a tag to go in the bag. I think that'll go fine right there. There we go. Press that down. Okay. And then I could use this one. It's not too big. No label. I think I'll just do that. Go. have that little booklet, and then we just need to do the back side. And the back side, I'm going to do like the front. So I'm going to use a book page again. And then I'm going to use one of these little punch outs. Let me just see if I can, and then I'm going to use, but I'm going to use that. Well, I could go ahead and finish using this one up as the wallpaper, so it all is the same. So I could, or I can use some of this. We'll see. Let's just go ahead and cover the book page first. So I really don't want to tear it down much as far as the width. Just got to keep that in mind. Maybe I'll just do it like this, since I am limited on the size, because I want to get this part where I tore it out of the book. Okay, so let's just see how that is, and then we'll just tear it across right here. All right, so then we have this page. I want to get that white off, so I'm just going to tear back down. It's where we tore before, so one side was going to not have the white, but one side has to have it, so I just want to get that off. And then I'm just going to ink it and then we'll decorate it. There we go. Just going to stick that there along with this, and then we'll decorate. This wallpaper is fairly thick as well, so all the paper I'm using on this is fairly thick. Okay, so I can either put one of these and just do the same as before, or I could add some of these. This is really cute with this little bird. I thought it was really cute together like that. Have it hanging from the top. I don't know. I wonder how that's supposed to go. It's got a lot of glitter on it though. Maybe too much glitter on that one for me. I don't know. Try to get hold of this one too. It's kind of cute there as well. All these decisions. I think though I will just put another one of these, so right there. I don't know if I want to get back or just center it. Let's ink it and see what it looks like. Maybe just kind of like that. And I could add something over here. Just trying to look here. What do we have? Yeah, maybe just center it and leave it there like that. Maybe not center it, but over to the side just a little bit. There's a little bird that could be added, but I don't think he's the right colors to go with this. That might be cute. That's what I'm loving about this journal that I'm getting ready to work on, is that, maybe I should slip it over just a little, is that any of these flowers will go with it because it's got all kinds of flowers in it. So I think I'll just add that little bird there. It's a little something to it. I don't know if I should have inked around him or not. I've got glue on him now. Might just do a little inking around him real quick. I don't want to get glue on my inking sponge either though. There we go. There we go. That's cute. So we've got this little bag all decorated up, and now we'll have a pocket here to put something, and we'll have a pocket here to put something else. And I'm seeing here that when this opens up, I do need to glue some of these down that are sticking up. There we go. So that's going to be a cute little pocket to put in the journal. And so now let's go back to our other paper bag. Okay. So our bag is through drying, and I've gone ahead and inked around it. So now, I'm going to take and use this from the kit that I am going to be using. This is from the digital kit that I'm going to be using in this journal. So I'm going to use this on the bag, but I'm also going to collage it. But I'm going to collage it just using neutral papers, just using the, open that back up, just using different color book pages. And so I've got a variety of colors here, pages that's aged, and then some that is barely aged, and then some lighter pages. And so that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to collage the back side of this bag with these. There we go. So that's got that page, and then what we're going to do is just add this one, but I am going to let it come over just a ways so that, and I may add just like a piece of lace or something right there, but I don't want it to be on the fold. Could probably come just a little closer there. Okay, so I'm just going to add this pocket. I'm just going to go along the bottom, up the one side, make sure I do the correct side, and then down the bottom on the other side, just to make a little tuck spot pocket here. Okay, I do feel like it needs something in here. The neutral, I love doing the neutral, but for some reason with this one, it's just not looking exactly what I was wanting. Let me see. This was left over from the napkin we just used. Maybe that's what I need to add. I could cover the whole thing. Okay, let me see if this will come off. Okay. It hasn't totally dried. Okay, that's all I need. I need for me to be able to slide this up under there. So I'm just going to do both ends, and then that'll be okay about this side. The good news is if I mess up this little pocket, I can always print another one. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add this over top of there, and I think that'll be cuter. I just like that better. So let me see if I can take and just use this Fabri-Tac and my, oops, let me think here. Which glue would be best? Let's try this one. Just going to cover the whole page with my glue. I know we did all this collaging for no reason, but just sometimes you make something like that and then you just don't like how it looks. But these collage pieces will show through this napkin, and I think that's going to look good for it to be showing through. So I don't think all is lost from it. Okay, let me see here. I just want that to go right up under the edge there. Just press that down. That glue worked really good for it. Actually, it worked better than the other stuff I used earlier because it didn't seep through. So let me just add a little bit more here. I can tell it was loose there. And just a little bit on this corner. Oops, get that lace out of the way. There we go. That's good. Now the question is, do I tear it or do I think I'm gonna tear it. I'm gonna try tearing it and see what happens. And that way you do see your book, the collage underneath some. That'll be a good idea too. Okay. And we can see, just press, there we go. I like that. That's okay that it did that because I want to see some of the collage underneath. Okay. And so there we have. We can just add our pocket back. And I'm wondering what this piece of lace would look like on the edge of this pocket before we glue it down. I'm just trying to find the right side. So what if we add it like this? Or do we add it to the top? Kind of like it underneath better. I think that'll be good. Use a little bit of my Fabri-Tac. And we're going to make sure that we don't glue it to the bag. So we're just going to line that up. And this is definitely a process video and not a tutorial. This is just me showing you how I work through some of these things sometimes, trying to come up with what I want to do. And I just wanted you to follow along as I make this journal. So I thought if you want to follow along with this journal, you're probably going to want to see the whole process. So that's why I'm just wanting you to, so you can see how I'm making some of the embellishments. I know some of you like to follow along and see how I put these journals together. I like watching others see how they do theirs, their thought processes in making things as well. So we got the pocket there. And it's not going to hold without our Fabri-Tac on the edge here. Okay, I thought maybe that glue would hold it, but it didn't. Kind of have to add the Fabri-Tac. Okay, there we go. Okay. I kind of like how this turned out now. I think it's getting a lot better. I still may add more decorations to it when I add the tag that goes in, but there will be a tag, or not a tag, it'll probably be, it could be a large tag, or it may be another little journaling card, or it'd be something large. So I think it's going to also decorate up the page. Let me just see if I can hold that down for just a second. And I'll just see if I can slide something in and show you that it's going to be, so it's going to be a very large pocket there. And I do like how that turned out. It's a bit different because we do have all these different colors going on, but I think that it all goes together fairly well. I just wanted to take some of this loose napkin off still because I want you to kind of see the collage underneath. That way it's not totally lost. And you can see here, up here you can see the collage underneath. And so it's not totally lost to have the collage there. So I like that. So that turned out pretty good. And then we just have the bag on the back. I mean the napkin on the back of the bag. Excuse me. And then I'll have to make a very large journaling card for the top here. Okay, so I went ahead and sewed around the bag. And I try to hold it up so you can see. So I just sewed around because what I can do, since the bag is so large, well, originally it was, I've already sewed this shut now, but with the whole width of it, I was able to sew it around my sewing machine just like you would if you're sewing around the hem of a pair of pants or something. You know, you can take the bottom part of your sewing machine off where it goes around it, or for like a shirt sleeve or whatever. So I just sewed around the bag all the way to the side. Then I did sew down this edge, which is sewing the bag kind of shut, but not completely shut. It's just sewing it to the size that it's going to be when it's sewed into the journal. And then I just sewed around the edge. So we still have our pocket here, and then we have the stitching around both sides. And I really love how this turned out. I'm really happy with it. You know, I thought that this, you know, first I collaged it and thought that was the way to go, but didn't like it. And so once I added this, I really do love this on here. And so then this pocket, I'm not going to sew around this one since it is so small, and I did use such thick, when I was talking about the cardstock from this company, it feels more like chipboard. I really didn't want to sew around that, and I think it looks good without the sewing, so I'm going to leave this one like it is. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this process video and that you will continue to watch me as I create this Touch of Lace journal using the Happiness and Crafting papers and using other papers that are floral, because I think that this is going to be a very pretty journal because I love flowers and I love all the flowers that's in it. And I will go back to making some more fall and seasonal journals and projects later on this month, but I wanted to get this one in before the end of the month. So hopefully you will follow along with me as I create this journal. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.